All right. Hey guys. So it has been a while. We have not been really on like TikTok and stuff like that for a little bit. But where have we been in the last few months? I know you guys have seen Facebook posts, Instagram posts, things like that. So let's just go back March. I can't remember the day, but I found out that I was pregnant with baby number two. And hi, buddy. And it took us a little bit before we posted anything. Our family and close friends knew. But then the weekend of Easter, so exactly the 18th of April, we went in for our very first actual doctor's appointment. So blood drawn, talk about financials, stuff like that. And our first time we were going to the ultrasound part. And come to find out, the baby did not have a heartbeat. So that was that was pretty rough. It didn't. I mean, it hit, but it really didn't like register because it's like everybody thinks, oh no, that's not gonna be me. But when I found out, and talked to my doctor and stuff, it's actually a lot more common than we knew. So yeah, that was a rough weekend. That weekend we were actually also going to Kansas City for Easter, just to go fellowship with some of our friends that we know up there. So yeah, once we got that news, we went to my parents' house to get our little guy, get the haircuts done, all that good stuff. And then we met up with our friends and we all drove up there together. Um, so that was a leave Friday, and then we were there until Sunday evening. Well, we came back Sunday evening, rather. So I had my moments here and there, but I didn't really have time to like process everything just because we were on the go consistently. And once we got here, that's whenever it really hit me. And I'm like, I mean, I lost it. Not anger or anything like that, but definitely the emotions started to hit. But it was definitely rough, I'd say, for the first day. I think for me, what helped me get through that is because I was praying consistently and not just, a little blanket prayer. Like, it was an in-depth prayer. Like, Lord, give me the strength to be able to still be a mother and be a wife because I have two other people who need me, especially AJ. Like, he loves his mom, but and I'm not judging anybody who has broken down, who has, got mad and angry at God. That's between you and him. But for me, I knew that there were way too many other things going on that needed more attention. And I'm not saying that I shut my feelings down either because I definitely dealt with it. But I kind of had to prioritize a little bit. And it may sound bad. Some people may not understand, and that's okay. That is. So that happened. And then fast forward to back that Sunday evening. My husband stayed home from work on that Monday just because we had to kind of like process everything and we wanted to spend time with each other. Like, well, us two and then the baby. Then I can't remember if it was early that Tuesday morning or if it was early Wednesday morning. But my husband so got a call from her that she had taken a fall. And that was definitely a lot because it's like we're processing one thing and then because she was 86 years old at the time, we're like, "Oh Lord, what happened?" So, thankfully she never hit her head or anything. She had fell on her, we'll say, bottom. She fell on her bottom and on her legs, just trying to transfer herself from, I believe, her bed to her wheelchair or one or the other. I can't remember for sure. So he had left. He had taken her to the emergency room and getting a room, was seeing all the different things. Everything was okay. She was, still talking, just in a lot of pain. One, because she was older and all the things. So then fast forward to her birthday, which was May 2nd. The Lord blessed her to turn 87. She was still, for the most part in her right mind. She was able to laugh and talk with us because we all went up there and brought gifts and, just kind of wanted her to enjoy turning 87. And everything was great. The next day, so that would have been Saturday, my husband got a call and things definitely took a turn for the worst. We were not expecting the news we got. I'm not going to get into detail. Make a long story short, we ended up having to, she was in the hospital for 3 weeks, I believe. Ended up having to put her on comfort care, which is pretty much, they're getting ready to make that transition to pass away. Um, and so got that process going. We had some family that came to kind of help while my husband was working, to stay up there with her and answer questions and stuff like that. So shout out to you, family. Yeah, so then she held on from that Thursday, I couldn't tell you what the date was, up until the Monday after Mother's Day. So you got a call that she had passed. So between these last couple months, Lord, I mean, it is jab, 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 100%. But so yeah, that's been going on. I'll technically be our first YouTube video. So a lot going on. I do want to announce on a better note that I will be starting a series here soon, that is talking about being a pastor's wife slash preacher's wife. So I'm a pastor's wife, but I know there are preacher's wives out there. They're not necessarily pastors. They might be ministers' wives or deacons' wives or, whatever. So yeah, I want to be talking about what we go through being pastor slash preacher's wives. Um, I'm probably going to start that either today or tomorrow, and stay tuned for that. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, but excuses, and I have made a lot of them. But I know I've had people come to me, on different occasions, just asking me what are my thoughts. So I've got a lot to say. Like I said, I've been thinking about this for quite some time, so I'm pretty excited to get started on it. We'll stop making my excuses and let me know. I will, like I said, I'm posting this video, so in the comments, let me know what your questions are, and we will get them answered, whether it's me and my husband or whether it's just me. So stay tuned. We've got some great content coming. Also, if you haven't already, on Facebook and I believe Instagram, and I can't remember if it's TikTok or not, follow my husband. I believe it is Walk It Sir Ministries. But yeah, my husband is a traveling evangelist. He goes to the little bitty towns that none of the brown people like to go to. The ones where they're afraid because they're, too far out, or they're in this type of city or this type of town, and there are none of us brown people. So he's definitely on the move. Keep us in prayer too, like I said, as we're traveling, as we're trying to plan the memorial services for our grandma, and just in general, because like I said, life is lifing. So I appreciate you guys for sticking here and listening to what I have to say. Like I said, stay tuned for all the content that we've got coming. All right, be blessed.